Hey, and welcome to your new Shadow Sister Healing video. In my videos, I let your shadow meet your light, so you can be whole again. And I'm Silva, and this is Friday Love Reading. And I have made a little bit new setting here. Here's some booklets waiting. Anyway, today is full moon in Aries. And I sent today a newsletter to everybody who has subscribed to my newsletter. I usually send it always for the full moon. And this full moon, I took these energies here. We have the ruling planet of Aries is Mars. And the Libra season, the ruling planet is Venus. But these cards I will now put into the deck. This will be in the pile number 3. This deck. I'm going to put it here now. I just want to show it first. Let's go to show what are your decks. So I'm going to make you this kind of full moon in Aries reading that is law of attraction. We are going to combine these energies of Mars and Venus and seeing what kind of love is happening for you. So number 1 pile is will. You always need a willpower. And then third eye chakra. And then you get this Finnish ukonpakka. Finnish deck. I will translate all the story from here. Pile number 1. Pile number 2 is realization with this keyhole and crown chakra crystal amethyst. And then we have the nightmare before Christmas deck here. I've used now previously this on my horoscope readings. I do always these weekly horoscope readings. You can check what your horoscope sign had that there. And then pile number 3 is self-reflection, mirror energy here, and sacral chakra. Carnelian. And the deck here is this, where was this booklet? The Book of Shadow Tarot, and this deck had those Mars and Venus also inside. This comes with this mirror thing. And sacral chakra. What else I can say about these piles? In the end, we also gonna get Whisper of Love card. I'm gonna get very short reading in the sense, like not more oracle cards, but I can verify. I have some decks here. I can verify the message. And yes, of course, all the readings start with the Lady Chatter's Lover. So let me pull now. This is a special reading because today is the last chapter of the Lady Chatter's Lover, this book. I've been reading this since the beginning of May, and now it's the number 19 chapter, and this story will end. And the next week I will have a new story. So pile number 1 is getting this credit card. Pile number 2 is getting this one. And pile number 3 is responsible to pull these cards here. Okay. So here we have this. And what else? I think we start with the pile number 1. And today I have here this kind of mini crystal ball. Let's hear what it says immediately. Later. Okay. So let's put this here. These are the next piles. Now we focus on the pile number 1. Not sure if you can see this, maybe like that. You can see on the back there is that my tarot desk I use for my horoscope readings. it's a beautiful thing because I love to do a sacred place. There is sacred place inside, but there is also sacred place above. So it's really having this kind of idea in here that as above, so below. But let's say that above is more my energies, and inside I put the energies I'm working on. So anyway, let's go. Let's start. So we have here third eye chakra crystal, talking about being intuitive, starting to use the real heart and mind connection, and not just be bookworm and counting on the data from the books, but the inner knowing that comes from the life experience. That let's say heart is part of the body, so the body knows too. And we do less, we listen to those kind of feelings, that our body has all these realms of feeling that are knowledge as well. This connected to the mind creates then this beautiful third eye opening. Or you could say Kundalini rising, because there is a possibility to do that kind of exercise too, to open your third eye. Anyway, let's see what kind of Lady Chatterley is here. He was an absolute he-man. Okay. And if we are going to have now this, I mean, I have a spread here actually. So this law of attraction, it's definitely this, he was absolutely he-man, tells me about this Mars energy, this Aries energy. Aries is totally like a he-man, it's like this powerful fire person, gets things done. So first we're gonna take card for that Emperor energy, that he-man. I'm gonna start to read the story soon, but I'm gonna take cards first. So we have here, this card is to follow your heart and take action now as that he-man. Dare to be you with courage, confidence, and strength. That's the card. Okay, then we have the Venus, Libra energy, Goddess energy. What I value and desire, I draw this energy towards me. Okay, these are your fire and air. Then we have advice from the universe. Okay, there's a one of the cards who is empty, and of course that shows up. Interesting. Okay, I think it was really to show me like, okay, watch out these cards. Okay, so here, no blank canvas. I wanted some messages. So here we have this. So now we read this Lady Chatterley first. This is a historical moment for me because this is the last time I'm reading Lady Chatterley's Lover. It's like funeral of hearts. So the sentence was, he was an absolute he-man. After this, Clifford became like a child with Mrs. Bolton. Bolton is this servant, like a kind of maiden that helps. Now it's like a kind of a housekeeper. He would hold her hand and rest his head on her breast. And when she once lightly kissed him, he said, "Yes, do kiss me, do kiss me." And when she spurned his great blonde body, he would say the same, "Do kiss me." And she would lightly kiss his body, anywhere half in mockery. And he lay with a queer blank face like a child, with a bit of wonderment of a child, and he would gaze on her with wide childish eyes, in a relaxation of Madonna worship. It was sheer relaxation on his part, letting go all his manhood, and sinking back to the childish position that was really perverse. And then he would put his hand into her bosom and feel her breasts and kiss them in exaltation, the exaltation of perversity of being child when he was a man. Mrs. Bolton was both thrilled and ashamed. She both loved and hated it, yet she never rebuffed nor rebuked him. And they drew into a closer physical intimacy, an intimacy of perversity, when he was child-stricken with an apparent candor and an apparent wonderment that looked almost like a religious exaltation. The perverse and literal rendering of except ye become again as a little child, while she was the magna mater, full of power and potency, having the great blonde child man under her will and her stroke entirely. The curious thing was that when this child man, which Clifford was now, and which he had been becoming for years, emerged into the world, he was much sharper and keener than the real man he used to be. This perverted child man was now a real businessman. When it was a question of affairs, he was an absolute he-man, sharp as a needle and impervious as a bit of steel. When he was out among men, seeking his own ends and making good his colliery workings, he had an almost uncanny shrewdness, hardness, and a straight, sharp punch. It was as if his very passivity and prostitution to the magna mater gave him man-force. The wallowing in private emotion, the utter abasement of his manly self seemed to lend him a second nature, cold, almost visionary, business clever. In business he was quite inhuman. And in this Mrs. Bolton trimmed. How he's getting on, she would say to herself in pride. And that's my doing. My word, he never have got on like this with Lady Chatterley. She was not the one to put a man forward. She wanted too much for herself. At the same time, in some corner of her weird female soul, how she despised him and hated him. He was to her the fallen beast, the squirming monster, and while she aided and abetted him all she could away in the remotest corner of her ancient healthy womanhood, she despised him with a savage contempt that knew no bounds. The merest tramp was better than he. Hey, this kind of attraction here is actually kind of servant master, and in this case, the servant is like a mother, but then the servant becomes like a this magna mater. So the roles are like inverse, like the servant becomes like a mother who is then having control for that man who is becoming like this child man. Interesting. What is that to do with you, pile number one? Have you experienced this kind of mama's boys, some mommy relationship? Anyway, if you are a strong woman, it's very possible that there is this kind of men gravitating you. If you have very much feel power and you have this kind of Aries energy, I would say that that's like, yeah, that woman was in leading position in that relationship, not the man. Even it seemed to be that the man was powerful, but actually the woman was in control. Now we see this Emperor card. Lohikäärme dragon. Let's see soon what it is. And then the Venus. Anyway, there's a lot of fire energy. Maybe this is 10 of Wands, but we will see. Somebody working hard. And then we have the Venus. Sampo. Interesting. There is like a fire dragon and a money maker. Money maker as a woman. And truth is, Venus is blessing the money. Venus is goddess for abundance. It's true. You might be very fortunate this moment. I mean, money and attraction, and the Venus just has it. So it's kind of like if you are able to attract this perfect relationship to you, I mean, now you're attracting like a dragon here, you're also abundant with money. So it's kind of true. Okay. I'm gonna start reading this already. But, XX, I didn't even see. Wow, what the stuff is this? This must be 10 of Pentacles and this 10 of Wands. And that's your relationship dynamic. Oh my God, XX. X is usually like a Wheel of Fortune even, and money is connected with that too. No, I have to see. Maybe that is actually Wheel of Fortune. Let's see. I really don't know all the stories, so I have to see. One of them is in a major arcana card. Yes. Sampo, this female Venus, is actually it's written Sampo and Fate, and this is the Wheel of Fortune. The masculine here, the Mars energy is, yes, 10 of Wands. Somebody who gives all kind of like a huge effort, huge working, like all the sticks are on the back, all the wands are on the back. It's like a heavy work. But in this story, this is the dragon. It's interesting, you show up as a couple, like an XX, law of attraction. Dragon and Wheel of Fortune, but in this case it's money-making machine that was made with the fire. The smith got this task to make this money-making machine to get the girl, and it was connected to getting the girl actually to make this money-making machine. So that's interesting. Will, it's a lot of willpower here, a lot of mental power as well with this. Interesting, and there's this full moon period, like really connected to this Aries full moon. I start reading this stuff, but it's like mirroring. The masculine becomes like a fire, and the feminine is made as a money-making machine in it. Cool, because the smith in the Kalevala story was even using fire to make it happen. There is definitely fire in this relationship. Ooh. Okay, I have to immediately pause here because my cable is not long enough, and I have to charge this phone, this computer. Now it's only 7%. So unfortunately, I have to pause for a moment and continue when this computer has got charged. Okay, I decided to connect the cable and then put another lamp here that had a, so we can continue immediately. Otherwise, I have to wait a long time and it's getting late here. So hopefully this light will do. So the keyword for this masculine here is willing to fight, creative strength, henkinen rikkaus, like a wealth of spirit, bravery, winning the shadows, getting free of fears, very strong inside fire, brave warrior, and new conquests. Wow, this is some powerful He-Man indeed here. Okay, I'm translating this part here to catch my attention. Dragons is existing in different way in different cultures and stories. They are part of the monster world when the mortal could not go. And the dragons usually live in the stories in very difficult mountain caves or castles, and they are looking after a treasure. And then I'm not reading anymore because actually it's clear next to this is a treasure. Of course, this money-making machine is this like a in Finnish epoch, it was like the best thing ever to have that you would be so powerful if you had that machine. So that is the treasure. The dragon has found its treasure. What is this relationship pile number 1? The masculine clearly knows the feminine is like a treasure. So the dragon represents bravery and strength. You are like a warrior that go through any kind of challenge. And this dragon is believing its capacity and is protecting the treasure if it's necessary. And everything this dragon does is worth it. Like it's worth the pain. Like I think this is the attitude is like he will go through any kind of challenge. Okay, so then feminine here is that major arcana card is even more powerful than this dragon. Major arcana cards feel like a fate in the sense of even the card, but this is even the Wheel of Fortune. So fate, universal wealth, abundance, expanding, life cycle, new beginning, breakthrough, something unexpected, like a happiness is happening, perchance, justice, able to create yourself and creativity. And this is so beautiful that this comes with the feminine. Feminine is the creative force. Also the Venus represents the art and creativity. And then we have that true that many women, they should use that creativity more. They don't, but I'm using also in my tarot reading, I'm interpreting this card, using my creativity as well, decorating everything here. It's a beautiful thing to express yourself in any way you can. Okay, I'm gonna look what is the advice from the divine. Kokkolintu, another fire. Wow, there's like, look, it's like, I think this is another thing that the Smith had to make. Wait, I have to see which is this. Advice for a relationship, kokkolintu. Kokko in Finnish means like the fire that we put in the midsummer. Yes. Amazing number here, even the page number. Of course, this is 11. So this is page. This is page, but it's number 11, and in the page 111, 11, 11, 11. It's like this is from the universe, advice from the universe, manifestation. Like you are manifesting, like if this is law of attraction and this relationship didn't happen yet, you are manifesting this kind of amazing match of like 10, 10, 11, 11, 11. You are going for the soulmate, really. Birds are always soul also. highest consciousness, broad view, seeing with clarity, making through the challenges, very strong protection, savior, and old energy is burning away. That's advice from the universe. Yes, that's the beauty of the fire. The fire burns the old away. It makes the land even fertile. In old times, when people wanted to make the land fertile, they burn it. And that's advice for your relationship. There must be just more fire. Wow. So in Kalevala, the kokkolintu is working as savior and helper that comes in the moment of struggle. This eagle helped Väinämöinen to fire up the first, this kaskituli, this fire to make for the fields, to make the fields. So the Väinämöinen left there one old tree for this kokkolintu to rest. It's like a nice fight, that it could observe the fire. And thanks to this tree that the Väinämöinen left to this kokkolintu in this situation, he later saved Väinämöinen when he was having issues with some floating in the water. But yeah, I was right, like also the smith, the Ilmarinen, had to make this kind of firebird to get one task was to get this huge pike birch, not like a pike, from the underworld streams. And to do so, he couldn't do it himself, but he could make this kind of bird, or get this help of this bird to do it for him. And the bird went and captured that huge fish from this kind of like underworld stream. But okay, in the Lord of the Ring, this is existing also, that the big eagles are coming. This is the same related stories, that the Frodo and the Sam are there in this kind of volcano and they need help, and then this bird show up. So that's the universe guide for your relationship. Is almost like I interpreted that you have this beautiful energy going on, but there will be still some help from the universe to get you two together. Some passion will be even more hot, hot, hot. Okay, I don't know how long I've been already busy with this, but let's get the Lovers card for you. Mother and a son. Maybe there is some mother fantasies. This He-Man story from the Lady Chatterley's lover. Okay, now I got 2 cards. I have to accept it. Ask for help. What do you really need? Be willing to accept support. Okay, there is this cute, like a little mermaid asking help, kind of like a ask from the daddy. And then be supportive, make a genuine effort to show you care. Okay, so the masculine is showing up like this daddy figure, but the feminine is showing like somebody who cares. These are the full moon in Aries now, fire, a lot of fire, and good luck. Even the firebird from the universe helping you to get together. And there's a lot of willpower here. But this tells me, because it's a lot of third eye chakra, This might be really mental thing still. This has not yet happened, but the universe will help a little bit with this big bird that has an overweaver situation. It will protect this relationship because this is kind of fated. XX and 11, 11, 11, and then, oh my God. This is your reading. Oh my God, it's really, really beautiful. Okay, we move on. Pile number 1, you got really something amazing here. This deck here. And we move to the next. So next one is this Halloween deck. And we have here the ShadowSisterHealing lover, and this was the code. Realisation. It would be nice to show this actually while maybe I will put it here. Not much light. Anyway, the Lady ShadowSisterHealing is money. Money poisons you when you got it and starves you when you haven't it. Okay, kind of strong things. Crownchakra energy is in to be good guru and not fall to be egotist. So money related issues in this relationship. Maybe the money is the problem in the relationship. But anyway, let's not go to the problems yet. Let's have a bright view about it first. So we are looking at the Aries and Mars energy. Follow your heart and take action now. That's the thing here. There to be you with courage, confidence, and strength. And for the Venus is coming this one. What I value and desire. But I draw this energy towards me. Then still advice from the universe for this relationship. This one. So let's see. I'm gonna first read the Lady ShadowSisterHealing text and then I open these things. It's really nostalgic for me to do this last time. I started in May, I think all the time doing this. Just a little holiday I had. Okay. So, we got this great industrial population and they got to be fed. So the damn show has to be kept going somehow. The women talk a lot more than the men nowadays, and they are cite more, okay, this word, I don't know what I can say in YouTube. And they are cite more, sure. The men are limp, they feel a doom somewhere, and they go about as if there was nothing to be done. Anyhow, nobody knows what should be done in spite of all the talk. The young ones get mad because they have no money to spend. Their whole life depends on spending money, and now they've got none to spend. That's our civilization and education. Bring up the masses to depend entirely on spending money, and then the money gives out. The pits are working 2 days, 2.5 days a week, and there's no sign of betterment even for the winter. It means a man bringing up a family on 25 and 30 shillings. The women are the maddest of all, but then they are the maddest for spending nowadays. If you could only tell them that living and spending isn't the same thing, but it's no good. If only they were educated to live instead of earn and spend, they could manage very happily on 25 shillings. If the men were scarlet wore scarlet trousers, as I said, they wouldn't think so much of money. If they could dance and hop and skip and sing and swagger and be handsome, they could do with very little cash and amuse the women themselves and be amused by the woman. They ought to learn to be naked and handsome and to sing in a mass and dance the old group dances and carve the stools they sit on and embroider their own emblems. Then they wouldn't need money. And that's the only way to solve the industrial problem. Train the people to be able to live and live in handsomeness without needing to spend. But you can't do it. They are all one-track minds nowadays, whereas the mass of people oughtn't even try to think because they can't. They should be alive and frisky and acknowledge the great God Pan. He is the only God for masses forever. The few can go in for higher cults if they like, but let the mass be forever pagan. But the colliers aren't pagan, far from it. They are sad a lot, a deadened lot of men, dead of their women, dead to life. The young ones scoot about on motorbikes with girls and jazz when they get a chance, but they are very dead and it needs money. Money poisons you when you got it and stars you when you haven't it. Okay, this was rant about gamekeeper, about all this modern society, and this was 1926. So it's like 100 years ago and it is already so bad. So imagine what is now. Anyway, now we look this Aries card. The Fool. In this case, the Aries is the Fool. This dog, Jack the pumpkin. And the feminine here is Page of Presents, cute little elf. Maybe this is still the, I'm going to read about this, but let's see the advice from the universe. Six of Needles. There is a Sally. And she's fixing herself. She's healing. This is really moving to calm waters. Sally got so much hurt always. Anyway, Sally is usually with this Jack, but now Jack is with this elf. There is elf in the bed of Jack. Maybe there's some drama. Who is this elf with the Jack? But that's the feminine now. Some elf in the bed. And Sally is kind of like in the background, healing. Okay, the Fool. And this was supposed to be like a follow your heart and take action now. Okay, this is new chapter of this masculine's life. So it's like new journey and chapter. The Fool presents someone who's starting an exciting adventure. Jack Skellington, like the Fool, is enthusiastic and determined as he sets out on his ill-advised journey to take over Christmas. Channel Jack Skellington's childlike enthusiasm as you take your first brave steps towards something new. With limitless potential, there's no telling how far you will go. Anyway, this is now showing the masculine is kind of like a bit Fool. And then the feminine is like this Page of Presents. Actually, this Page of Pentacle is usually like an investment card. It's good investment, this woman in this case. It's kind of annoying if people see you as a good investment. But I guess many men see you as a trophy here. Have you ever been struck with a great idea when you least expected it? Woken up with a brilliant new scheme or plan for success? The Page of Presents represents someone who's feeling a sudden burst of creativity and potentially lucrative inspiration. It's time to bring your brilliant new vision to life. Stay excited for this journey, but be cautious. You never know what surprise might be waiting for you. Anyway, this is like a creative truth. There is kind of all these resources, and this page is very creative about it, those resources. Anyway, there's this elf in the bed. But the advice from the universe in this love situation is, there was also mentioned this money poisons you when you got it and stores you when you don't have it. I don't know why the Jack is not with Sally and is with this elf. What is this? Realization. Anyway, we have crown chakra, so there should be kind of like a guru energy. Maybe it's like kind of like a fan. This relationship is more like this. Jack is the star and the elf is there, just enthusiastic about the energy. Also, this dog is like the same white sheet is there, like a doggy, little puppy relationship. But here is the real partner. It's reminding like the real partner is here healing. The Sally. So, Six of Needles usually indicates you've been through a difficult time. Have you recently been in conflict with someone or experienced an unexpected setback? It's time to pick up the pieces and get on track again. Yes, so Sally is moving on and healing. This relationship looks like there is like a third-party situation or something. This elf is here. It's not only Sally and Jack. There's the elf in the bed. Okay, let's take now the advice card for this love relationship. I don't know if I could verify this thing. This is coming. Oh, is there two cards? Is it connected? Okay. Act as if your partner is here. Comes to this Jack. Whether you have someone in your life or not, act as if they are with you, so you will always consider them. Maybe there is indeed that the Jack is not acting like that. It's with the Sally. Like, should remember, like this is not Sally, this is some elf. But you should always, if you are with someone, I don't know what is the commitment here, but if you are with someone, you are still acting like you are with them when they are not around. It's called cheating if you are like doing something else. It's not nice. Some people are like something on the front and then on the back something else. Anyway, this is coming to this other one. The only thing that is real is love. Shift your focus back to love. Okay, this is the second card. So this elf here in the bed is not love, it's some rebound. And you should shift your focus back to love, to this Sally. Even there has been maybe some fight and you are healing, but there is a lot of power in love. Okay, this was your reading, and the realization is, yes, this kind of realization. The only thing that is real is love. And another realization is act as if your partner is here. But that's also believing in this big dream. Like both of this Jack and Sally might have this kind of view of the ideal love, even if not yet there. It helps to already like manifest it, like believe it in it. Believe to receive. Yes. Okay, so this was your reading, file number 2. And we move to the next. So the third pile is here then. Interesting pile. Sacral chakra energy. And let's see what is this. He felt the devil twisting his tail and pretend it was angel smiling on him. Self-reflection. Some devilish thing. Okay, I'm gonna take the cards first. Last story from the Lady Chatter's Lover. This is my last. I will make a new book selection. I'm still not very sure which one I take, but it looks like I can already show a little bit. It might be this book that I start reading. Vampire Story. I'm still making sure it's gonna be that book. So now we're gonna look you first the Aries and Mars energy. Follow your heart and take action now on that. Dare to be you with courage, confidence, and strength. And then this is Venus. Yes, one more advice from the universe. From the universe. Okay. And there, I'm really like tempted to open these cards already. I think I will open. Wow. Masculine is 2 of Cups. Totally love choice. So Aries, full moon in Aries, the masculine should now follow your heart and take action now. Dare to be you with courage, confidence, and strength. So dare to say, I love you. That's, oh, wow. On the cup here also. Wow, beautiful. You have to be brave, brave heart. Okay, the feminine then is showing up. Oh, Mother Earth is showing us Mother Earth. I think this must be Queen of Wands. Not sure, but I'm gonna. No, I already have using this. That's what. I don't know. Major or minor? Maybe it's the Empress even. Let's see. Should know this deck better. But I'm learning. It must be pentacle energy because earth. It's not fire, it's earth. Yes. Mother Earth is Queen of Pentacle. It's this, oh wow. So the masculine shows up with this 2 of Cups that is choosing the love. And the feminine energy, the Venus attracting, is that she is just nurturing, caring so much. She cares so much. She's having this field full of crops and she's totally like harvest time. And the masculine is coming to harvest her. Wow. Beautiful love story. Yeah, she's like a crop herself. She's like this flower in the wind. Wow. Queen of Pentacle is really this good queen. Is making homemade meals, all like the nurturing, caring. This really caring mother. Okay, and there is this self-reflection, this kind of mirror thing. Wow. really the masculine is seeing that beautiful reflection. They are able to be mirrored to each other. I guess the masculine has also some very, very abundant things going on. Before I reveal what is the universe advice, I want to really read this lady letter. So he felt the devil twisting his tail and pretended it was angel smiling on him. A little bit fierce here. That is too good to be true or something like that. That's we can often sabotage. Even if you have the perfect people from the us, like some with true attraction and everything, we ruin everything because we are fearful. We let the fear sabotage everything. Because yeah, we are the worst sabotaging our happiness ourselves. You should just trust to the good thing. But I know good thing is good thing. This is the last. This. She was a little impatient of Sir Clifford. Any man in senses must have known his wife was in love with someone else and was going to leave him. Even she was sure. Sir Clifford was inwardly absolutely aware of it, only he wouldn't admit it to himself. If he would have admitted it and prepared himself for it, or he would have admitted it and actively struggled with his wife against it, that would have been acting like a man. But no, he knew it and all the time tried to kid himself it wasn't so. He felt the devil twisting his tail and pretended it was angel smiling on him. This state of falsity had now brought on that crisis of falsity and dislocation, hysteria, which is a form of insanity. It comes, she thought of herself hating him a little because he always thinks of himself. He's so wrapped up in his own immortal self that when he does get a shock, he's like a mummy tangled in its own bandages. Look at him. But hysteria is dangerous, and she was a nurse. It was her duty to pull him out. Any attempt to rouse his manhood and his pride would only make him worse. For his manhood was dead, temporarily if not finally. He would only squirm softer and softer like a worm, only become more dislocated. The only thing was to release his self-pity. Like the Lady of Tennyson, he must weep or he must die. So Mrs. Bolton began to weep first. She covered her face with her hands and burst into little wild sobs. I would never have believed it of her ladyship. I wouldn't. She wept suddenly, summoning up all her old grief and sense of woe, and weeping the tears of her own bitter chagrin. Once she started, her weeping was genuine enough, for she had had something to weep for. Clifford thought of the way he had been betrayed by the woman Connie, and in a contagion of grief, tears filled his eyes and began to run down his cheeks. He was weeping for himself. So this is like Bolton, the housekeeper, who is now like getting to know that this Connie, the wife, is leaving the husband, and then it's comforting wanting to heal this Clifford here. I don't know how this thing is connected. It might be that there is this self-reflection, is that how we are, we attract ours. The law of attraction is like how we are ourselves, we attract to us people. It's never good to be in this deception kind of relationship. You are not happy if you're not honest. But here is a very good thing going on with this situation. So it's really beautiful abundance of love. And sacral chakra is also about Emperor and Empress, so they are really, the masculine is knowing that feminine is the match. And then the feminine strong in herself, keeping her world safe. This actually indeed, the world has to be safe, like a paradise. That's the strength of the Queen of Pentacles. She's keeping it safe. She's keeping it nurtured. She's watering the plants and everything. The garden is blooming. Like in the relationship also, okay, you can give the cup to the other person to nurture that relationship because you choose each other. You're mirroring each other. You're beautiful, like cultivating that love. But you have to really keep your love relationship like a garden, water it. And one thing is it has to be safe. No piece should go to like destroy this beautiful crop. Advice from the universe then. Anyway, here is also advice to be emperor and empress and not to be like a martyr. Actually, the story of the Sir Clifford, he became like a martyr actually. He suffered in the end because he was like with this Connie, but he was really in the relationship, he was not giving much. So how can you expect that if you are not giving your all to the relationship, how you expect it to be like perfect then? It's like a faking. It's like acting. Some people do that. Okay, advice of the universe. Wheel of Fortune. Wow. Wheel of the Year. I think this is talking about like this season now. We have now harvest season and your person chooses you. But there is more to come. There is whole life to be lived. All the seasons can be seasons of love, not just the harvest season. Oh, so beautiful. It's really, really abundant, this love here. I hope you see that. Yes, we take advice from the love card now. Point number 3, beautiful, this nurturing thing. Slow down, please pause and allow things to unfold. So even the universe is kind of showing this Wheel of Fortune. There is things, this is really kind of like a karma thing also. Like the universe will help you to have that. So you just keep doing you, keep being this safe Queen of Pentacles, and then this masculine. Eventually you will get together, but there's no hurry. It's time to dream also. Slow down. Pause and allow things to unfold. Yeah. This wisdom, like when you are having the law of attraction, you want something, but then you are like, okay, also without it, like you are like having this intention, but you are not putting clear timeline to it when you're gonna have it. Like you're ordering the best course of the menu, but how the chef will deliver it, like the universe, how this thing is delivered, then that is up to the delivery service, that is the universe and the Wheel of Fortune. So you just have to wait and be patient and trust that the love is good for you and you deserve the best. Okay. This was your reading, and this was my Friday love reading. I hope you liked it. I'm just a little bit nostalgic now here. I will come back with another book, and who knows how I will do these readings in the future. If I just show my hands or how, but I will figure it out. But I wish you all the best, and see you next time, hopefully soon.